Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Magic Bun Bun. I'm so happy to have you here. So as you can tell by the title for today's video, we're trying to find out what is in store for you via picking one of these three piles here. What is in store for you for Pisces season? Happy Pisces season to all my Pisces out there, my Pisces placements. If you have a Pisces placement, leave a comment down below and let me know what that is. I myself have no planets in Pisces, but I know we all have Pisces in our chart somewhere. So let me know in the description below where Pisces falls into your chart if you know. So I figured this would be a great way to kick off Pisces season is do a pick a pile style video. So pick pile 1, 2, or 3, or left, middle, or right. So you can find out what is in store for you for this Pisces season. If you don't know how these type of videos work, then down below in the description, I will have a timestamp next to it will say like pile 1 and it will reference to this pile here and it will have a timestamp. So you'd click on it and it'll fast forward you to this reading. The same for pile 2 and pile 3. And how I always do this, we always start with some tarot cards and I will move into bringing in some oracle later. Okay, so let's find out what's in store for you for Pisces season. And again, happy Pisces seasons. I have a lot of close members who are family and friends who are Pisces, and I love you dearly, and so this video is dedicated to you. So I will catch you in your reading. Hello, my pile number 1. If you are here, that either means you really like being the first pile, or you really liked the number 1, or you just like the left side of things. Maybe you're left-handed, who knows? Okay, so let us start shuffling the cards, the tarot, to find out what is going to go on, what you will be experiencing in terms of blessings or what you need to release for this Pisces season. If any of you have any plans for Pisces season, let us find out what is going on. For pile number 1, what does Spirit, what do your guides, what do your deities want you to know? Maybe your ancestors or a message from your higher self. And do keep in mind this is a general reading, so not every little thing is going to resonate because it is for a wide range of people who come across this video. So do keep that in mind. Okay. And so you're going to have to trust your instinct to figure out what is for you and what you need to leave behind. And I'm sure you'll know that when you hear it. All right, let's get started. Pile number 1. Queen of Cups. I associate the Queen of Cups with some Cancer energy, so this might be very strong for Cancer placements out there. But the Queen of Cups upside down, meaning someone's been draining your energy. It could be within yourself. A lot of emotions have been, draining you. Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy coming up. So the Knight of Pentacles is like your invitation to take things very slow, take things very steady, or if you've been on this path of progress, you've been trying to make your way up this mountain, this could be very draining for some of you out there. And 9 of Pentacles, so we have now more earth energy being brought into here. That 9 of Pentacles is because you're on this journey of self-satisfaction, pile number 1. So people out there right now, you're on a path of self-satisfaction, so you're being very isolated. You're very much so focused on yourself and your own needs. You have to be careful to make sure that you're not isolating others that maybe, require your time, your assistance, a part of a relationship, even friendship. You might be neglecting that and they may not understand what you're doing, so it might be good to express what's going on right now. 8 of Swords, this could be leaving, like we have this this theme of isolation going on, and it's kind of like your own doing because you have a goal, you have like this boss attitude of where you're like, I'm going to make it, I'm not going to ask for anybody's help, but you do have the willpower and the dedication to do so. It is a challenge to stay on this path, but this is your goal. But it might be feeling for some of you that it is leaving you very isolated and very afraid. You're not willing to take that sword. You're very much so feeling very drained. Some of you, you may feel like you don't need that social interaction, and sometimes you don't. It's just depending on what areas of your life. Like you can't be completely isolated. And then we have the moon. The moon does rule over Cancer, although it is represented by Pisces, which we're talking about Pisces season, right? So, you know, interesting that this card would come up for Pisces season. It's going to be a challenge for you this season, pile number one, is to accept that inner beast in yourself, to accept that you do have the power and drive to do this, but you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do it like in the dark. That's what I'm kind of seeing from this, the message that I'm seeing with the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Swords upright, and now the Moon in reverse, that you're heading towards a very dark path. You know, are we heading up the mountain, or are we actually heading to the shadows underneath? You know, because you're trying to do this all on your own. You're working towards some big goals. Now we've got Capricorn coming into play with the Devil card in reverse. So once you've kind of accepted the fact that you don't have to do this alone and you need to learn delegation, you'll have that authority and have that power. Remember I was talking about that boss mentality? The Devil with the Capricorn power underneath it brings that into play, but you're no longer a servant to that need and that necessities. For some of you, this could also be requiring shadow work to find out your most negative traits, to bring them out from the darkness and to deal with them and no longer neglect that journey and that path. That is why you're feeling drained. That's why you can't reach this this spot of victory for yourself, of self-satisfaction. Also, it is an invitation to you with this Nine of Pentacles is to be listening to your spirit guides. A lot of you might be knocking out your intuition. You might not be trusting your inner voice. You may not be reaching to your spiritual needs, to your ancestors, your spirit guides, and they are asking you to reach out to them, to realize that they're there trying to guide you along a path. And you're fighting this, and Capricorns are famous with being very stubborn as well, trying to say that, you know, like, you're going to find the path, you're going to do it your own way, and that may not work out for you the way you want it to. Two of Pentacles, needing to make a decision, trying to do a balancing act as well. There's that Ace of Swords, that one sword we see right here, sitting with the Eight of Swords, taking that one sword and like bringing into the light, bringing into a truth, being able to trust words and communicate your needs for that delegation. Like, what is it that you want? Can you affirm that this season in Pisces? Can you affirm your dreams, coming up and making your dreams into a reality? Five of Wands in reverse. You could be feeling drained because someone's not playing by the rules. And interesting, we have the Hanged One right here. The Hanged One is attuned to Neptune, which rules over Pisces. So for pile number one, this is very, very strong, a very strong, powerful season for you. Pisces season is going to bring in some shadow work and banishing of those shadows or accepting them. Bringing truths into light is more of what I'm trying to say here. Truths into light about yourself and no longer neglecting those needs. And this could be with the five, usually Five of Wands could be presented with like five individuals that are fighting and not playing by the rules. They're there to hurt. They're there to entrap you. Kind of like how this figure is here. They're trying to break free from these wands. And for you, pile number one, you're going to be breaking out of old habits, out of habits of like addiction or toxic relationships, authority figures that are abusing you in the sense of like your time, your energy, not respecting your boundaries, your limitations. You know, you're going to be putting more of that focus back onto yourself to realize what it is you really need to get to this form of self-satisfaction for this goal you're trying to reach. A lot of Pisces energy here. Okay, we're gonna move everyone over just a little bit because we're gonna bring in some oracles. We're gonna find out what you need to surrender. We're gonna do some self-care for this Pisces season. Okay. Let us find out, pile number one, what do you need to surrender for this Pisces season? What is something you can focus in on surrendering? What does Spirit want you to surrender for this season? Do they have anything in mind? Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. So surrender to what it is, meaning surrender to the path you have to take, surrender to what it is that you cannot change, because you can actually find another way to adapt. Kind of like if you're in a balancing act and you can't keep the balance, you can't keep going like this. It's burning you out. It is not a sustainable lifestyle that you're going to have to change and make adaptations to where you can. Like, you can't change how many hours there are in a day to get things done, but what you can do is take responsibilities and give those to other people that are responsible, that, you know, those are their responsibilities, they're going to take care of it, and you are going to take more control of like your things, or like your time, your schedule. And even if it means like you're going to have to change it, like instead of doing, you know, let's say you work out, you've got a workout schedule and you've been trying to keep on with it, but you can't do it every single day or 6 days out of the week. What about more progression might happen if you do it 3 days out of the week, because that's what you can fit in now, and be okay with that. Be like, you know what, you'll add more when you can add more. But for right now, this is what it has to be. And that was just an example. This doesn't mean for anyone who's actually like working out. Don't listen to me about working out. Surrender to joy. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy time. Keep surrendering to more joy. So easy to say, sometimes hard to do, but the Capricorn energy here, and we always like say Capricorns do love to work. They are workaholics. It is kind of a trait when we talk about earth energy, because they can be viewed as materialistic. You know, you like the nicer, the finer things in life, you know, with that 9 of Pentacles coming in here. And that's okay, but get some stuff that actually brings you joy. Like, what if you like bath bombs, or you need some really good moisturizers, skincare? You know, you're doing that to help take care of yourself, rejuvenate your needs, bring back your energy. Having, you know, indulging in a nice meal. Okay. And then surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or to solve a problem. And that really hangs true to the Hanged one over here. Hangs true. I was looking at the Hanged one. That really holds true to the Hanged one here. Because in reverse, it's about resisting the need and the want to surrender. Like, you want to be in such utter control, it causes a lot of conflict and challenges, versus letting loose some of the, like, cutting those ties out to those addictions, to those bad habits, you know, to bring in some new habits. And it could be just step by step, you know. I mean, you're going to do small things, you know, that will start off the season great. Okay, let me see. Let's bring in this oracle. Let's see some guidance. Divination, so some of you might be getting into divination. Tranquility, like we were just talking about, like bringing that peace of mind, bringing in tranquil moments to bring you joy, even if it's a moment of silence. And success, a very powerful, successful month, or I should say Pisces season for pile number 1. So we have peppermint, violet, and chives. These might be herbs you want to use if you're doing any spells, bringing in the power of fire and air. So things are going to be moving very fast for you for this Pisces season, trying to bring in that peace and that joy. Like I said, I see the moon here, and that's like peace with your shadow side, you know, accepting of your bad habits and how you can address them and how they can make you stronger. That brings you in more success. And some of you, if you do any sort of divination, are being called to do so, you know, to maybe speak. When I was talking about your spirit guides are trying to send you a message, they're trying to say, hey, we're trying to give you hints. Some of you need to sit there and do your own divination work, because you'll know the signs accurately. You know, you'll know what this means to you. Okay, and let us do self-care for pile number 1. What is some self-care that you can do for this Pisces season? Connected with your ancestors. What I was just saying, like some of you, your ancestors are trying to send you a sign. They are trying to send you a sign. They're trying to tell you or help you out, and you need to connect with them. Take a walk. Some of you, if you are available, like in a nice area, like weather-wise, temperature-wise, because I know for me it's super cold and snowy right now, so it'd be hard to take a walk. And when it comes to self-care items like this, it's like pick and choose what you can do, or if it gives you an inspiration, you know, to do something, you know, take it as what it is. You know, you don't have to do all of these. You can do one or as many as you like. A burning bowl ritual. Very interesting. So at a burning bowl ritual, if you can safely burn, you know, safely is the key word here. Burn away paper, burn away like the, you know, what you want to release into the universe. It is a great time for some of you to reconnect with your spirit, with your spiritual side. Surrendering to joy could be seen here as well, in the sense of it brings a lot of joy to some people who are like, I need to be able to physically do something to let it go, because it's sometimes not enough just to sit there and say, I am letting XYZ go, whether it's a person, a habit, just something that you're just so addicted to. It's you need to write it down. And for some people, the next step after that is to do a burning bowl ritual. So you burn it and you can see it like turn into ash, and then spread the ash outside to see like the wind in the air take it away. So it's like something physically leaving you. Okay. And you know what? We're going to do one more. We're just going to do an affirmation. Thank you so much if you made it this far in the video. I really do appreciate it. Please drop a comment, a like, subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. You know, all the good YouTube stuff. I'm sure if you're here, you probably know how YouTube works by now. So you know how to do all those things. I'm just putting out a friendly reminder before we get to your affirmation, pile number 1. And yeah, if you like this sort of content, you know, give a follow on Twitch, on Twitter. I'm very active on a lot of my socials, and like on TikTok. And yeah, and if you would like to do an energy exchange or to book a reading with me, all that information is down below through Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi for commissions if you'd like to book a private reading with me. It's very similar, although a bit more in-depth than this. They have unlimited types of cards and whatnot, so just keep that in mind. And let us get to your affirmation, pile number 1. This is your affirmation you can use for all of Pisces season, or maybe for the day, you know, get you started. I am worthy of the very best in life, and I know lovingly allow myself to accept it. I am worthy of the very best in life, and I now lovingly allow myself to accept it. Accept what you're worth. You are worth probably more than what you think you are. And there is your reading, pile number 1. I appreciate you being here with me today, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. You're here because you really like this tarot deck, or you liked the number 2, or you like the middle. Okay, welcome on in. Let's get started with your reading. Let's find out, what do your spirit guides, your divine spiritual team, your higher self, your ancestors, what spirit has in store for you for Pisces season. Let us find out, what does Pisces season have in store for pile number 2. Let's do this one more time, and then we will get started. Okay, you ready? Because I'm ready. I apologize if you can hear my neighbor's music in the back. I know you can hear my music right here, but I'm hoping that it's covering the music from behind me. Because, of course, I'm recording and it's starting. Okay, so first up, Judgment. Okay, so Judgment brings in that Pluto energy. Some of you might be going through a spiritual awakening, sorry, awakening for this Pisces season, getting in touch. Also, I kind of get a vibe of getting in touch with your spirit guides via your dreams, trying to send you messages, knowing that you're divinely protected for Pisces season. Making sure that you do or retouch up any sort of protection sigils you have going on, cleansing for Pisces season to let your dreams be steady, working towards that. Oh, we got the King of Swords. This is what it looks like upright, because I know these cards are beautiful, so I'll try to remember to at least show them upright if you want to see them. But we got the King of Swords in reverse. So either struggling, for some of you, you might be struggling with authority figures. The King of Swords is also connected to Aquarius energy. How I associate the King of Swords, excuse me. The King of Swords with Aquarius energy, and kind of like someone's not being truthful, or someone is having a challenging time right now with trusting their own voice, speaking it out, or thinking of things critically as well. Like you're kind of going off of instinct. You're not, with this King of Swords energy, it's about like finding the facts out, finding out truth, and it's kind of like being misled. Okay, and this could be something that you're judging either yourself on, or you'll be judging somebody else on. Like you can tell that they're lying to you, and like you can see it, and so you're judging them, you're cursing them in the sense of like, stay away from me, accept my bound. Like I can tell that you're lying to me. It's being true. It's being presented to you in that way. So this Strength card kind of brings into strength of heart, letting fears take over for some of you. And remember, this is a general reading, so some of this will fit, some of it will not. So you're going to have to like, you know, that's the give and take with general readings like this. If you don't get a private reading, like, you know, personalized to your needs. So keep that in mind, please do. And then, so I was saying with Strength, this kind of brings it into the fact of like, you're trying to seek out the truth, but you don't want to see it. Some of you are not having patience enough to find out the truth. And it's like putting a lot of strain on your heart. Some of you, this could be a close partnership with someone with Aquarius and or Leo, placement. Strength is ruled by Leo, as we have like the lion right here, which is interesting because those are sister signs as well. But that air and fire coming into play. And then, and for some of you, you're not being authentic, you're not having confidence, you're not speaking with authority in subjects that you should have authority on. Like you're not confident in your authority. You're constantly like double checking what you're saying, you're double checking your notes, you're not like ready to speak about a subject, you're very like, you know, I need to do more research, or I'm not going to say anything at all because I feel like I'm uneducated in this area, which is valid. It's a valid, but what I'm sensing here is you actually are educated in this area. It is something that you've like poured your heart into, and you are lacking confidence in expressing it verbally, video, like any sort of a verbal communication, written communication. You're having a hard time expressing that or finding the words to do so, like finding the words to release your heart and to release these fears. And here's the image of Strength upright. Beautiful. We have the moon. The moon in the tarot is ruled by Pisces. So Pisces season for pile number 2 is going to be very, it's going to be some change in movement, momentum for you, okay? With this moon card coming into here in reverse, it's accepting their inner beast, or you're in the process of accepting it, or bringing out your shadow side, bringing it out to bring it into the light, that you're no longer scared of the darkness that's within you, that's surrounding you, that you're going to, you know, cast aside all judgment of yourself in the harsh way that maybe you've acted towards yourself, or not allowing the judgment of others to no longer push you back further into the shadows. I'm no longer going to do that. You're being invited to basically strengthen and understand that this is something you are going to endure, and it's going to change you for the better. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, what the Knight of Pentacles looks like. So the reason I'm seeing here is that we're having a lot of issues with consistency of being diligent. It feels very dull. It feels very mundane. For some of you who might be thinking, like with the Judgment card, it's a big transformation. You're not expecting subtle, so you're having a hard time accepting these changes going on with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, and the Knight of Pentacles is very steady. They're very much so, that's the Virgo energy, by the way. The Knight of Pentacles represented, how I interpret it, is with some Virgo energy. And it's being too much of a perfectionist, you know, and we're seeing already a King and a Knight coming into play as challenging, which could also be referencing to a certain person or to people. Too many people are getting involved in your business. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So grounding energy, making things consistent and steady. You know, it's difficult to sometimes say if it's with the Four of Pentacles being present, if it's to shield up or that you are being too tightly strung, you know? And I feel like it's because you haven't found a steady balance just yet. Like, you're coming out of the darkness, you're trying to figure out what path you want to take, and you're waiting for this big sign, and it's more steady. It's like the Pentacles bring in very subtle energy for you, pile number 2. So Pisces season might be more of balancing your finances, getting everything in order, getting your protection up. As you see, this person is protected on all sides. So this Pisces season is about like cleansing your space, getting rid of items that like hold negative energy for you, cleansing them under, you know, the full moons, or just with moon water, or however which way you want to do it, with like a smoke cleanse. That's something that you want to really be proactive with this Pisces season, to kind of bring you back to that peace. And like, it might be very dull, like no one wants to do chores, no one wants to clean, no one wants to do some of these things. Some of us do, but most of us probably don't, or don't see it that way. But start doing little tasks, you know, little chores that can help brighten up your space. And then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. I'm just showing it upright so you can see how it looks. But we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. It definitely feels that you haven't been feeling victorious. Like, it's feeling like people, or some people, which I said could be like these 2 court cards here, have been pushing you further into the darkness, like cutting you off, cutting your voice, or not allowing you to speak. It feels like they're closing around you, and they're trying to speak over you, if anything. And you've had enough of that. You've had enough of that, and you're already like, I am protected. I am divinely protected here. You know, but you've been having an issue trying to feel this sort of victory. The Lovers, another major arcana ruled by Gemini in reverse. This is a tough lesson for you. Pisces season is going to bring in for you, pile number 2, some tough lessons about, and we have mouths in this. I know they're supposed to be like about to kiss. I mean, it's up to your own interpretation of how you would like to interpret it. But we see these mouths, I was talking about communication, and Gemini is a sign of communication and being able to be very good with their words and putting it out there. And kind of like letting it be untamed love, you know, untamed, something that you've, and I was thinking this with the Strength card, something that brings you a lot of joy that you want to speak about. And we have the Queen of Swords. Oh my God, we do have like a lot of court cards. We're just missing a page, but let's see, we got one more. Let me get this first and then we'll continue. We have the Star, Aquarius, coming out here, but in reverse. So definitely pile number 2, there is a lot of darkness currently starting you off in Pisces season. This Pisces season will be more bringing a lot of things into light and no longer letting people shut out your voice, because they make you feel like being weird is a bad thing. Whoever these people are, like the Queen of Swords, is about also, this is more of your energy, not maybe another person, although the Queen of Swords is representation of Libra energy. So right here between Libra, Gemini, and we've got 2 cards that represent Aquarius. We have a lot of air energy right now. Excuse me. Try to make sure cards don't fall that are on my side here. But what I see here is someone here is crossing your boundaries, which we also have the Queen of Swords present, and in reverse she speaks about setting your boundaries, which I forgot. I'm trying not to forget. And here we go, so you can see them if my camera would cooperate. And also something to note, if my camera would focus, you can kind of get the idea here. The Queen of Swords is not looking at us. She does not care what we think, what we say, what we do. if she cares, she'll swing that sword at you. She'll put you back in your place. She is known as the Queen of Ice, okay? She is known as that because she knows how to set her boundaries. She knows how to speak her truth. And for some of you, that may be hard to do because you might be dealing with someone that's putting you in this position as someone you truly care for. But this is a moment of tough love, of setting your limitations this Pisces season. Setting protection up, setting yourself up for protection, and for some of you that is also setting yourself up for success for this season. You know, it's going to be some change, it's going to be slow, but you're going to be conquering your fears, connecting with the divine again, and allowing them to protect you as well. You need to allow their protection in. Okay, let me push everyone over to the side. We're going to bring in some oracle cards. Okay, so let us start with first, what do you need to surrender for this Pisces season for pile number 2? One more time. Surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. That's when we're talking about having faith in the divine, having faith in yourself, setting up your protection, believing in miracles that can happen. You know, like, it feels like it's a very tough situation that you're in right now, that you want to send these because you're not feeling like you're in the best place. You're feeling like people are judging you for maybe being unique and weird or having these visions, and they're not accepting of that, and you're trying to prove it, where at some points you just cannot care about them, in the sense like you are going to influence things your own way. Surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Some of you just really, truly need to relax. You need to surrender to sleep, and that's why maybe some of you aren't getting a good night's sleep. You're not allowing your dreams to settle down. And it could be, you know, like, spiritually speaking, you maybe need to put something to help with if you're having nightmares. Like, some of you are just not having good night's sleep, and it's because a lot of the stress is weighing you down, and it's hard to feel safe or protected and sleep, you know, and sleep, have a good night's sleep if you don't address a lot of these issues during the day. And the card on the bottom is surrender denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are, without denying the difficulties. And then you can see things clearly and make the best decision. So kind of like after having a good night's sleep, and this is where I was definitely kind of feeling the vibe of, like, you know, this person you're dealing with could be potentially very stubborn, very hard to deal with, very, like, you know, you've been trying to set your boundaries and limitations and they're not listening, and you've got to use your voice. And it's going to be like a moment of where you have to accept that they are not going to change. The only thing you can control are your own actions. Okay, let me think. Let us do some tea leaf. For pile number 2, what are some tea leaf fortunes? Oh. Come on. Pineapple, reconciliation. It could be possible if you're setting those boundaries. We have bag, something important such as a new job or a raise, catching the bag. And that's where we see these pentacles coming in. Feeling that sort of success. After you've, like, set your limits, because you're, like, if you're getting able to also set your limitations and surrender to rest and sleep, you could be concentrating a lot on the money you want to make, yeah, or, you know, getting a raise. I was trying to remember what it said right there. Okay, and then we get, this is the other pile of tea leaves. Let's see if anything pops out. Oh my gosh, don't spill, please. Thank you. Okay, this one wants, like, out. It's been trying to come out of here. Turkey, someone is behaving stupidly. Well, that was that stubborn energy that I was talking about. I'm sorry, you can't really read that. There we go. Someone is behaving stupidly. This can always be in reference to yourself if you're keeping like this sort of denial. It is a stupid thing to do because you cannot fix it if you keep denying it. And this also as well could be referencing to another person, this person that you're having a difficult time, or these people that are, you know, are acting stupid about trying to like making you feel bad, or having this judgment on yourself. You know, like they're making you double guess yourself, like you're making you judge yourself when you shouldn't be having to do that. Okay, let us do self-care for Pisces season for pile number 2. If I can grab those cards, that'd be great. Thank you very much. And remember, you don't have to do all of these for self-care. Like, you've got all of Pisces season, you know, to decide what you want to do. You can do one of these. You can do all of them. You know, you can do 2, whatever you feel called to. You could do none of them. You know, these are just optional self-care that you can do for Pisces season. It seems like you're in a very tough spot, and these are kind of more either for self-care or more what I would consider self-love for you for pile number 2, something you can dedicate your time to. And just like, if you need a reason, well, the cards told me I should, you know, let's say, for example, indulge in a nice treat. Oh, there you go. Okay, you guys get an extra one. That's fine. Make an altar to your ancestors, an altar to the divine. Like we see this symbol, this rainbow, this deity that is present here. Some of you have a deity or you want to find your deity. Now would be the time to do so. For some of you, that could be like putting pineapple on it, some fruits, something like that, some tropical fruits on there. And then we have, some of you need to sing, and we see that voice analogy. So for some of you, to get out of your funk, you might need to listen to music that makes you feel powerful, makes you feel like very unique and very protected. You need to sing to it. You need to, you know, get it out of your system that way. If you can't find the words, find a song that reflects those words. I was just thinking about this, the sweet treat. That was going to be my example I was going to bring up. You know, if you need someone to like, hey, the card said I could have a sweet treat. Like, here you go. This is your excuse. You know, right there, have a nice sweet treat. Oh, we got music, so that kind of doubles with music and singing right there. That's kind of what I was trying to imply. Some of you might need to get a good night's sleep having some music play, either white noise, or maybe you just need like the sounds of nature playing in the background. Like you can have crashing waves. Some of you might need these nice like nice wave sounds, like ocean sounds, water on a tent, or like rain falling on a tent. Like there's a lot of ASMR videos you can find right here on YouTube. Maybe that will help as a nice suggestion to help you get a good night's sleep. Okay, and we're going to end your reading with an affirmation you can use if you would like to for the Pisces season for pile number 2. And if you made it this far in the video, I really, really do appreciate it. If you can like, share, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. I'm sure if you're here, you know how YouTube works by now. But it really does help, and it really tells me if you like this sort of content, if you like my pick-a-pile videos, you know, let me know in the comments below. I love to read your comments. And if you feel called to do so, you can always leave me a tip, you know, buy me a coffee or a bubble tea, as I like to call it. It goes towards both. In my Ko-Fi, which will all be linked down below, and as well in my commissions link if you would like to book a reading. It's called commissions on Ko-Fi. So thank you so much for being here for pile number 2, and let us find out your affirmation. Let's see. Oh, just putting cards down, trying to pick that up. We have, my ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite. And I can't imagine a more perfect card to end your reading, pile number 2. My ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite. That is perfect. And I hope you enjoyed this reading, pile number 2. Again, happy Pisces season. And, you know, I'll catch up with you guys in another video or on Twitch, on my other socials. And thank you again for being here. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You are here either because you love the right side of things, or you like the number 3, or you just really are in love with this tarot deck, which I cannot blame you. It is one of the most popular ones, especially that I see on Twitch. I actually edged mine in red, in a red-orange to kind of match this tarot deck. If you're wondering why, if it looks different from yours or the copies you've seen, that's probably it. Okay, so let's get started on to what is in store for pile number 3 for Pisces season. Let us find out what is in store for Pisces season. Nope, that was my bad. Does not count. What is in store from your spirit guides, your divine spiritual team, your higher self, from spirit? Let's find out from your ancestors. Maybe you want to send a message through. Let us find out for pile number 3 what is in store for you for Pisces season. Okay, you ready? Oh, as a side note, please remember that this is a general reading, so not every little thing is going to resonate. You're going to have to trust your instincts, trust your intuition to find out what sticks to you and what doesn't. You know, it's the give and take for general readings like this, but, you know, just keep that in mind and we're good to go. We have the Star. I'll see if I can remember to hold these up right because they're very beautiful, but I will try my best to remember. But we have the Star coming in reverse. We got Aquarius energy popping through right away. Potentially starting off this reading with some of you might be feeling like at the beginning of Pisces season, very much in darkness, very much like the lights around you are isolating you and it's hard to get help, or you don't want to. You want to be like kind of like in hermit mode, I would say, but like maybe less of your choosing, or it's just the way that you're feeling right now because you feel maybe like you have to hide aspects of yourself, and this season could be about you bringing that to the light to share that with others. The Ace of Swords. So we have the Ace of Swords coming into here as like a great challenge for you for pile number 3. As a great challenge, I'm trying to get the lighting off of it. It's a great challenge to vocalize your needs, to bring an idea into fruition, to, you know, get started on something. You might be like kind of talking your way out of it every time, or talking a way of seeing the truth of your situation, like you're wanting to potentially keep yourself in the darkness versus seeing the light by seeing the truth of your situation. Death. We got Scorpio energy coming into here. Let me kind of show this. It's like if it's not the camera, it's the light. I apologize. I swear it will get better as I keep doing these. We have Death coming in here as kind of like a sign of a message, like this phase of your life is coming to an end. You're going to be restarting into something new. You've got to realize that there's more to the picture here. There's more to your story, that you're going to have to let go of what's like holding you back, like tying you down in order to set yourself free. And death is never like the prettiest or like the most welcoming of messengers. Also, death is a message from death itself. For some of you, this could be a message coming from your spirit guides or your ancestors, I should say, a past relative, a past guardian of that, in that sense. They're trying to send you a message like, hey, I know you're scared that this phase of your phase of your life is going to come to an end, or like, you know, changes are afoot and you're trying so desperately to hold on to the past, but you need to let this go in order for these changes to do for you, like to do well for you. We have the Queen of Cups, Cancer energy. I associate the Queen of Cups with Cancer energy, and it is in reverse. So a lot of you could be feeling very drained. This is a season for rejuvenation for you. Like out of death, we get connecting like to Scorpio energy is kind of like rising from the ashes. You need to allow this to rinse yourself, wash yourself, like the Queen of Cups. Like, you're allowing this to be rinsed from you so you can start again. You can start anew. And being accepting of that. And then we have Strength. Here is Strength. Upright. There we go. Got it. We have it in reverse. So a lot of you are not having the patience for this. You're letting your fears conquer you. You're letting the words of maybe somebody else. This Court card, this Queen, could also be a representation of a person who might be draining your energy. They're putting fears into your heart. They're trying to tell you if you change, then this is going to happen, and they're making you really worried, and you're just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And it's like, you know, you can't trust those type of voices, or you're not even listening to your inner voice. This could be a disconnection to your intuition. You might be disconnected to your intuition, You're ignoring your psychic abilities. You're ignoring your messages from your guides. You're trying to shield your heart, which has ended up really locking you up into a place of fear. And it's hard to move yourself forward from that when you're so scared of the change that could potentially be happening. We have the Emperor. We've got Aries energy. So right now we've got Cancer, we've got Leo, and we've got Aries energy. We've got Scorpio. We got a lot of signs coming in here to play, especially in traditional, if I'm not mistaken, traditional astrology. Aries and Scorpio are both ruled by Mars. So powerful Mars energy coming into play, wanting that action, wanting to give you momentum. But there's some authority figure at play here for you, pile number 3, that you might be dealing with. It might be a mentor or a father-like figure, or someone who holds a lot of masculine energy, which is not seeing eye to eye with your more feminine energy or a feminine partner. A mix, like a non-balance. We're seeing one side kind of pushing and pulling, like fighting for dominance, versus bringing you like peace of mind in your heart. With the Emperor as well, this is about accepting change and being flexible. We kind of see that again, and not being impulsive either. Like, some of you will have a knee-jerk reaction to this change, and it will not be in your best interest to follow through with that knee-jerk reaction. You need to pause, assess the situation as the Emperor would guide you to do so. Assess the situation before making your next move. Two of Cups in reverse. Some of you, with this Queen of Cups energy being there, this is about love. For some of you, the Pisces season may be a very heartbreaking situation for love, and it may be coming to an end of a cycle, or an end. And this doesn't have to be like a love with just like a specific partner. This could just be platonic love. This could be a friendship. This could just be, even when it comes to like in terms of like relationships with your family, like they're not seeing eye to eye. This could be a mother and father not seeing eye to eye, that is straining the heart and whatnot. And it's like, it's a phase that's coming to an end that needs to be accepted in order for people to be able to move on and to work on themselves before they start working with others. Because we're not seeing two halves of the Two of Cups being present. They're not seeing a balance. We're not seeing a connection, a deep emotional connection happening here. And we can't deny these any longer. We can't keep putting this off. So this might be heavy on the heart for pile number 3 for Pisces season. For some of you, this is not a connection. This has nothing to do with anybody else but yourself and your own energy, which is a connection with your higher self. You and your guides, or you and your higher self, are not seeing eye to eye. You're not bringing in balance. You're not trying to bring in balance between your emotions and logic, your heart and your mind, It's your heart is torn between where you're going to lead into it. And it's like you can have a little bit of both, always in moderation. And we have the Lovers. However, upright, which is a nice sign to see. Gemini energy coming into play with here. Expressing your emotions. Understanding that love is hard, but it will give you lessons. There's something to learn from it. To not fear love. Do not shut love out. Do not, and this is also like love for yourself. Like if you're doing this for yourself and you're having these tough lessons, you're talking to yourself in the sense of like, you know what, I know this is going to happen. I know I need to end this. I need to end this either toxic relationship or habit, whatever I'm doing. Like it's not working out for me, or this project isn't working out for me. I've tried, enduring it. I've tried pouring so much into it, and it's just, I have to be truthful to myself. It is a form of tough love, but there is an overarching balancing theme going on here. For Pisces season, a lot of you, this is putting a lot of balance back into your life and being more aware of it. You might not complete it for Pisces season, but it is going to be a start for you. 7 of Coins. A lot of you will be looking back and time invested, and have wondered if you invested the right amount of time with either people or projects. And now that I look at it, we've got Cups, Sword. We have a lot of major arcana There's a lot of major arcana coming into play. This means fate is kind of like, it's not that your path is decided, nothing like that. There's just going to be a lot of factors outside of your control, pile number 3. And so you're going to feel, and this is probably why the Emperor is here too, you could be feeling very powerless in the situation. And let's get this. We've got the Queen of Coins. Okay, so then we got the Queen of Coins. Let me just readjust my chair. There we go. It's kind of rolling away from the cards. That would not be good. Queen of Coins, Capricorn energy coming into here, trying to bring in that balance again. Both queens are aspects of the Empress. She doesn't have to be present in order to be heard, with the Emperor being here. And the Queen of Cups, you come from a place of wanting, even with the Queen of Cups being here, you come from a place of wanting a really good domesticated home, like wanting peace at home, making sure it is beautiful, it is nurtured, that you're creative, that you're trying to seek this balance. And this could be very hard on you as well, because you're trying to seek so much balance that you're starting to box things up, like with the Emperor being there, like this only for this time, this for this time, where it's hard for you to be truthful to yourself, truthful to your own needs as well. That maybe you need to take things at a smaller or like a slower pace, like with the Queen, with coins coming into here, coins are representation of like a slow, steady pace. That will lead to something that's going to last much longer than, let's say, we had a lot of swords or wands in here. That's fast burning energy. This is energy when we have present here between water and coins. We're going to see a lot of more of absorbing energy. And for some of you, you could be absorbing a bit too much of other people's energy. And this is why you maybe need to cleanse. Keep that in mind. And this is why we kind of see the Death card. I'm moving everybody over because we're going to bring in some Oracle cards. Okay, let's bring in some Oracle cards. Let's find out what you need to surrender for Pisces season, for pile number 3. What does pile number 3 need to surrender for Pisces season? Nope. Do that again. There we go. Really good one. Okay. Let's see if anyone goes out. If not, just leave it. There we go. Surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. And like, that's what we're kind of saying, this could be a slow progression for some of you. Because it's easier said than done. But this new phase of your life of where you're feeling sorry for yourself is no longer acceptable. You're going to burn those aspects away from you. Surrender your fear of change. I mean, this is pretty much what we've been talking about. Like, some of you are not going to be accepting of this change that needs to happen, but you need to take it within grace. The Queen of Coins is like, we've got this handled. We'll be able to be flexible. We're going to be able to make those changes. Some of it might be nice, subtle changes that you didn't realize would be really great for you, but don't worry, we got this. And this card right here says, the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Specifically calling out death in that card. And the card at the bottom, surrender to success. You are ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. So that kind of brings into play with that 7 of Coins. You've been like self-doubting, you're going back, you're looking, you feel like you were hiding aspects of yourself with that Star card in reverse. And surrender to success is like, you know what, you're getting a lot of abundance. You deserve a lot of abundance with this card being here, but things just have to change. And this could just be, surrender your fear of losing low self-esteem, because a lot of times you don't believe you deserve high self-esteem. You find ways to tear yourself down, and it's like, please don't do that anymore. Don't do that. Don't harm yourself in that way anymore. Lift yourself up. Let me get this one and grab another Oracle card. oracle deck. Pile number 3. What else do we need to know for Pisces season? I am getting this vision again with this 7 of coins being right here, like burning the old and rising from the ashes. We talked about that before with death, with like being attached to Scorpio, you know, which is another, I know you would think Scorpion, which is, you're not wrong, and it definitely is a Scorpion. But Scorpio is also is also represented by a phoenix. And phoenix, you know, they rise from the ashes. Guidance, you are divinely guided, which we kind of also saw that in representations of, like, you know, surrender your fear of change. You are divinely guided. You see your guides are there. They're trying to speak to you. They're trying to in tune with those, maybe your psychic side that maybe you're neglecting. And then we have manifestation. What you desire is on your way, as long as you don't resist it. Like, your manifestations are always heading in your direction, but for some of you, you set off a resistance to your manifestations. And this could be like, we saw, like, you know, fear of like health or not health, relationships, or like abundance, like literally meaning like abundance of prosperity. Like, you're thinking abundance, typically people think of money. You can have abundance in a lot of different things in your life. Like, you can have an abundance of love, of happiness, of joy, of money, of, you know, that sort of stuff. But if you don't feel like you deserve it, it could be resisting to it. It's going to take you a lot longer to get there, especially if you have fear of, like, okay, you want money, but deep down you have a fear of having so much money. Some people don't have a good relationship with money. That's why they get rid of it as soon as they get it, type of thing, you know, because they feel like having a lot of money can make you a bad person, or will change the way that people will view you if you have a lot of money. And it's like, this is where you need to get down and dirty with how, like, getting into your shadow work, getting into your relationship with money, and like really looking at it. And money is just like one example out of many. I just feel like a lot of times you kind of come to these things, you hear prosperity, manifestation, it's usually for material goods. Usually, not always, but sometimes it's that. And the same thing with love, though. You can say the same thing about love. You feel like you don't deserve love, you don't deserve happiness, you're resisting that. So when something comes up and that's a fear of a relationship changing even for the better, like opening communication and being honest, you can have a fear of like, no, I don't deserve that. I'm going to push this person away. I'm going to end the relationship now before it even got a chance to start. So keep that in mind. Oh, cards don't fall. Okay, and then we have freedom. And I know they're not a phoenix. I know they're not. But I was just thinking, like, hey, we just talked about the phoenix rising from the ashes. That gives you that freedom. You know, spreading your wings. You know, you're going to be getting that freedom, surrendering to success, to abundance. It's going to bring you all that sort of stuff for the Pisces season. This will be for pile number 3, Pisces season is going to be highly transformative for you. And I think it's going to materialize and manifest in a lot of relationships with people that are close to you, that are acquaintances. You know, they're going to more of like, you're going to burn away those that are no longer good for you. You're not going to allow people that are going to make you like dim your shine, you know, that don't accept your quirks, you know. You're like, no, enough of that. Okay, and here we have self-care for pile number 3, and you can do none of these. You can do all of these. You can do one, you know, you could do it all for Pisces season, you know, you're like, once a week I'm going to do this one self-care, or like, you know, whatever you want to do. These could just be ideas that inspire you to do other forms of self-care or self-love actions towards yourself. But this is just some inspiration for you to pick. Self-care for pile number 3. Reading. Some of you need to read. And I was just talking about that research. This could be fun books. This could be books that like make you feel alive again, in the sense of like it transports you to a different world and helps boost your confidence. You could be reading self-help books. You know, like there are books that actually just talk about your relationship with money or your relationship with relationships. You know, how you need to read these books, self-help books, you know, to get more information about a situation, as well. If a situation is going to end, remember the Emperor is like, hey, do not do things that are risky. Do not, because of the Aries energy in there, like don't just go off the deep end, basically. Like, you're going to want to do your research. You're not going to want to like just do something and then regret it later. when it's something that maybe you have more control over than you think you do. Looking for fairies was just literally talking about books to read. This might be a fantasy book for some of you want to read out there. You want to find the magic in the mundane. You want to feel like fairies can be representation of spiritual guides. Just finding magic in general. And this one, connecting with your ancestors. Some of you do need to connect. I was saying earlier, I was like, death is present here. This could be a message or a message trying to be sent to you from an ancestor that is trying to connect with you. They're trying to read you. Some of you might have to do, I see trees, I see reading. It makes me think of the family tree. Some of you need to do some family tree research that could bring some clarity to your situation. I'm trying to say, we have a lot of signs in here, so I cannot specify ancestor, like if you know their birth. The Queen of Coins would be the closest to it in the sense of this is the card that crowns everything and just so happens to have a placement. It can be for Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn, but I specifically relate the Queen of Coins to Capricorn energy. So it would be someone maybe with high Capricorn placements, or specifically Aries, Aries, because it's right here. And it could be, so it could be someone with both attributes of both the Queen of Coins and the Emperor. So keep that in mind, and we're going to end your reading with an affirmation. If you made it this far in the video, I really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you thought of this reading, if any of it resonated with you. Pile number 3. If, you can like, share, and subscribe. All that good YouTube stuff. I'm sure you're on YouTube long enough. You pretty much know all that stuff that works. It's just a little reminder. And all my socials, I'm active in a lot of my other socials. Feel free to follow me there. Come say hi. Join the Discord. And if you would like to leave me a tip or buy me a coffee, I have my Ko-fi link down below. You can give me a Ko-fi link or a tip for Ko-fi, or book a private reading with me through my commissions link. It's commissions. Under Ko-fi, they call it commission. So you can book a private reading with me, okay? All the information will be down below, and let us end your reading with your affirmation. Today I am filled with energy and overflowing with joy. Today I am filled with energy and overflowing with joy. And you can use this affirmation even just for today, for all of Pisces season, or today to kick off Pisces season. That was your reading, pile number 3. Thank you so much for being here with me again. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.